A story was just brought to my attention, and it breaks my heart because it has me truly believing that not all of our children can be saved. I want to give a shout out to Jackie and Tia, my girls, two huge supporters of what I do out on social media. They brought this story to my attention. And I usually don't talk about this stuff, but first let me say, this is a Black American conversation. Okay? I don't need a whole lot of input from white people or people of color. This is a conversation for Black Americans. And what I want to say to my people is that not all of our children can be saved. And that breaks my heart. If you don't know about the story, there's this viral story all over social media where a group of children who are menaces jumped a black woman, a grown woman who is pregnant, jumped her, physically assaulted her. She was trying to protect her children from these menaces. And I'm calling these children menaces because they have repeatedly been a problem in this community. Watch this.
Outraged after an attack on a mother and her two young children. You can see in this video here where it happened in the South Deering neighborhood. And we are blurring the video because the people involved are all minors. Our Sharday Gray is live outside of the school where this happened. Sharday, we're learning this is not the first time that this specific group of kids attacked someone.
Exactly, Marie. The large group of parents were outside of the school calling for accountability. They say bullying has been a problem at the school, but now it's crossed the line into violence. The mother, who is also the victim, has been at the school all day talking to authorities.
Damn! Damn!
Disturbing video, all caught on camera. Children dragging a mother and her son to the ground. We've blurred the faces of the people involved because they're minors. Police say the 33-year-old mother and her 9-year-old son were walking near 106 and Bensley in the South Deering neighborhood when the group of kids started chasing after the mother and her children, calling them names and taunting them. Both the mother and son were taken to a hospital. Word of the attack spread quickly on social media, causing outrage among many parents.
I couldn't sleep. I was traumatized. I could not sleep. I couldn't believe it.
Shanice Davis lives in the neighborhood and says she recognizes the attackers.
This is not the first time the kids have done this. Just talk around the streets that these kids have pretty much been raising themselves and they have not been held accountable. They have vandalized cars. They have harassed adults and children.
One day after the attack, demonstrators showed up at Orville Bright Elementary School after some posted on social media threatening to harm the children behind the attack. Several police officers showed up blocking the entrance of the school to protect kids inside. Chicago Police District Council member Joseph Williams was also talking with them.
We're going to make sure that this school leadership steps up and that they put a safety plan in place, that they put any plan they need to put in place to make sure that these babies feel secure. Bullying should have a zero tolerance behind it.
We reached out to Chicago Public Schools about this incident and allegations from parents that their children were bullied by the same group of kids. CPS says they're horrified by the attack and they're working closely with the mayor's office, CPD, CHA, and other city departments to provide additional support for the family. Reporting live in South Deering, Sade Gray, CBS News, Chicago. Marie.
Thank you, Sade.
Where's the mother? Where's the father of this group of children? Who's the caregiver? If the mother and father is not in these kids' lives, who's the caregiver? Is it a foster parent, an adult that is in these children's lives, an adult that is responsible for these children needs to be held accountable. These children need to be held accountable. And I know Black people, we work hard to do everything possible to keep our children away from the criminal justice system. But these children are menaces of society. And some type of accountability has to take place. Consequences have to take place. These children have no respect for authority. These children attacked a grown, pregnant Black woman who was trying to protect her young children from them. And I know Black people, we work hard. We work hard. And for as hard as we work, and for as much as we provide, for as much as we educate, not all of our children will be saved. When it comes to this group of children, there has to be consequences because this is what they do normally. This isn't the first time. There has to be consequences this time. And hopefully, those consequences will put them on the right path. Hopefully. Hold the phone, everybody. And this is the second time that I'm recording this part of the video. First time, I was a little angry. Now that I've calmed down, one of the mothers of one of the children who were a part of attacking that Black pregnant woman, she put a post out on social media. Let's read it, shall we? And before we get into this, let me say this is allegedly one of the mothers of one of those menaces of society. This is what she put out on social media. Let me say this. First, my daughter is a great-ass kid. She's an AB student, captain of the cheerleading team, ahead of her class, and some more shit. All good things from every teacher. If you know, you know. We don't owe nobody an apology but that lady and her kids. So all y'all grown motherfuckers looking for a viral moment, please shut the fuck up. Because kids gonna be kids, and it's kids out here that did way worse shit. Let alone y'all ass when y'all was 12 and 13 years old. Y'all ass used to be out here beating up crackheads and all. Let me pause right here. When I was 12 and 13 years old, I wasn't being a menace to society. When I was 12 and 13 years old, I wasn't running with a group of kids that was terrorizing the community. When I was 12 and 13 years old, I was not beating up a grown pregnant woman. And when I was 13 years old, I was not being a menace to society. Moving on. Y'all don't know us at all. She was peer pressured. Pause. She was peer pressured. If she was peer pressured to be violent and physically assault a grown pregnant woman, then you, as her mother, failed her. Why weren't you doing what you needed to do as her mother to protect her from a group of menaces of society? Moving on. If you know my family, you know if we find a friend in a motherfucker and we gonna stand behind them 100% no matter what. But this is definitely a lesson learned. If it was a lesson learned, ma'am, you wouldn't have put this post out on social media. This post that you put out on social media tells me that you have learned nothing and your daughter will learn nothing. Moving on. She was held accountable for her actions. At this point, in reading this post, ma'am, I think you need to be held accountable as well. Moving on. Y'all talking about it takes a village. Bitch, she got a castle. The fuck? Listen, if she got a castle, if I was that woman and your daughter physically assaulted me, I would be owning your castle. Your castle would no longer be your castle, ma'am. It would be my castle. But moving on. And everybody standing 10 toes down behind her. That's fine. I would still own your castle. Moving on. I was never gonna go live making y'all motherfuckers feel no type of way. Once again, we don't owe y'all no apology. Fuck y'all motherfuckers know what's going on in real life and know my kids not raised like that at all. Pause. Clearly, if she's being a menace out in the streets, then you raised her that way. And reading this post that you put out on social media tells me that you raised her that way. The way you are acting in this post, the way that you are presenting yourself in this post tells me where your daughter got it from. Moving on. Feel how y'all want. Fuck y'all. And that is the message from one of the young girls who was a part of that crew that physically assaulted that black pregnant woman. And I'm going to leave with this. Reading this, let me know where her daughter got it from.